Yeah, I'm imagining Sean Holly tonight is sporting a rather large grin, because while we're out here in the blustery wind and rain, he's in the warmth of the studio back in Cardiff. And Sean, it'd be good to speak to you, because last week, of course, you were very impressed with the way Wales played, in particular with the attacking play of the backs.
Might just take my jacket off, Ross. Yes, they showed a lot of endeavour, Wales, last week. You know, they played with enterprise, but surely the conditions will dictate tonight. It'll be interesting to see whether they persevere with it. And they're missing some of the key performers from last week as well. So a real tough assignment for Byron Hayward's men tonight. We noticed last week that they did play from deep, particularly on counter-attack. But the biggest thing I noticed from the truck was that they pulled back and attacked both sides of the ruck against Italy. This is in contrast to what the national team do. You can see here, forwards get in the gain line, but the difference was people like Matthews, the man of the match last week, handling the ball, getting the ball into the wider channels where we saw forwards and backs. They pulled back originally and allowed them to get some width on their game. It sort of showed in the last phase as well of the actual game. They got quick ball, and I think this will be difficult tonight because Ireland will be hungry over the ball here. But again, you see forwards in the wider channels with backs. That just holds the Italian defence and allows the likes of the wingers like David Howells with his pace and power to get over the line. Now, there's a clear recipe to beat Irish sides, and we're really lucky to have that experience in our midst tonight. Take a close look at this. Just watch the flame head number 8 and the experience he shows, the guile. And just look at this, lulling Ireland into a false sense of security, falling to the flow early, and then skulking around the Irish defence, a sneaky line in support. Watch what he does. Now, he told Martin Williams earlier that this was a 25-metre run for a score. Our analysts have proved that, Stuart, this was a 2.15-metre dash. We're lucky to have him tonight, our commentator, Stuart Davis.
Then has been able to kick his goals.
Yeah, let's bring Sean in back in Cardiff. And as Frankie mentioned, Sean, Ireland probably lucky to be within touching distance, but they have played the conditions reasonably well tonight.
Well, Ross, it may seem like there's not a lot of rugby on show, but there's a real tactical element to playing in these conditions. And Mike Ruddock's team are really wily in this. Now, Wales have 70% territory, but Ireland have all the possession. They're keeping the ball, so that's the way to do it. Now, if we take a look at the style of play from Ireland this half, they're keeping it very close. They know that they can't go wide because it's very, very windy out there. They're keeping it short off 9, little short passes between the forwards, trying to cut the line, being very patient and hanging on to the ball because they know the second half they'll have the elements. McCarthy's having a good game. He's scooting out. He's got lots of options outside him. Just winning the gain line, keeping the ball and eating away the clock. There's other ways. Short restarts just to retain the ball. Try and win penalties. Kill the clock. You know, get some more possession. There are cute, clever ways. If you go wide in these conditions, you're going to be in trouble and you're liable for forward passes. Now, look, here's the 4-iron with a bit of slice. They needed to kick their kicks, and they will second half. Only 1 from 6 in the first half. Could cost Wales.
Well, Sean may be smug and warm in the studio in Cardiff tonight, but he's certainly earning his money because we're going to go back to him now. There's a Pro 12 game on tonight, Sean. Ulster versus the Ospreys. You can bring us up to speed on that one. Yeah,
multitasking, Ross, got double vision. Same elements there in Northern Ireland. A lot of wind and rain, but it's turning into the Matthew Morgan show in the first half for the Ospreys. The little outside half, the diminutive quick 10. He's having a great first half. Lots of line breaks, and he's really ticking the Ospreys over. Nearly got in the corner in this one, and he's breaking out of defence. They're playing into the wind, so as I said with Ireland 20s, need to keep hold of possession, and who better to have than a guy like this in your midst? Really dangerous, and he was instrumental in Ospreys' try. They lead at half-time. Little cute half break here, nearly gets to the line and forces the try. But it's some quick ball that Osprey needed. They didn't get it, and Jonathan Spratt has to improvise and tips it on. And just watch for Tyler Ardron's great little flick out the back door for Sam Lewis to score as early as the 10th minute. Great players I see here from Ardron, the Canadian signed this year, goes into contact, slips it out the back, and Sam Lewis like a good open side on his shoulder. But it was nearly equalled up by Ulster late on, and just a great try-saving tackle from centre Ashley Beck. This went to the TMO, but he takes the ball, and referee Nigel Owens doesn't give it. Ospreys lead 7-3 at half-time at Ravenhill.
Thanks, Frankie. Very generous of you. And let's speak to Sean Holly now. And it was a very mature performance, Sean. The try obviously sealed it. But other than that, defensively, and as Frankie mentioned, just in terms of the entire approach, a very mature performance from a very young team.
Very mature, Ross. A lot of bravery in there. And one thing they do, similar to their senior team, is tackle and defend. An excellent effort with a lot of spirit. It showed in the tackle count, yes. But, you know, Richard Hodges has worked hard with his team already. You'll see they adopt a low chop tackle focus. And then the second man, the +1, works hard to go past the ball, making it difficult. Yes, there was a lot of Irish errors, but it was caused by the urgency and the accuracy of the tackle. Even last ditch, you see Avon Bagshaw, he's got to make this tackle, and he does, and Ireland spill the ball. Fantastic effort. The scrum was so dominant, particularly in the second half. I asked for a yellow card. The Ospreys props of Nicky Thomas, Nicky Smith and hooker Ethan Smith, they did fantastically well, dominating. And they knew in that second half, Biden Hayward would have said, one chance you're going to get. Benjamin, the man of the match, barges off, gets the gain line. And even though this isn't perfect, the urgency of all of them to get up in the line and support showed the team spirit that they would need to take that one chance. Fitting that the captain, Stephen Hughes, took it. Fantastic.
Way that the Wales won today, so I think they can learn a lot from today. But anyway, my answer is Ireland.
Of course it is. Before Sean Holley packs up his bags and goes home, I'm going to bring him in one last time. Sean, your prediction for tomorrow, please?
Well, for what it's worth, Ross, I find it hard to go against Warren Gatland. You know, he's proved it time and time again. Wales will need this game to raise themselves. I think Adam Jones is due for a big game in the midfield. Jamie Roberts, Scott Williams, and we have George North. I just can't go against Wales. It'll be a passionate game, a huge atmosphere, but Wales by 2.